Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we honor our veterans with excerpts from the Township's Memorial Day Observance, and we'll let you know when to catch it in its entirety. We celebrate with students of the adult ESL classes as they held the year-end party where some students received their citizenship and naturalization papers. Al Nygren sits down in studio with the director of the documentary short, Generations of Artists, Roosevelt, New Jersey, which will be part of the New Jersey International Film Festival. All this, plus the East Brunswick High School girls lacrosse team, celebrates Senior Day with an on-field ceremony before a recent home game. And Mayor Brad Cohn sits down in studio to talk about the newly implemented Shop East Brunswick program. So stay with us. This Week in East Brunswick starts now.
We're here today to commemorate those people that actually did give their lives for us to enjoy this holiday weekend, for us to have all the freedoms that very often we take for granted. And I just can't tell you how happy I am to see that many of you out here today making tribute to those people who have given everything for us to be able to have this day.
Creating, redeeming, and sustaining God. We have gathered today in this place to remember and to honor those that have served our country and gave of their lives so that we might stand here and live in freedom today. We ask that you continue to work in our hearts in order for us to constantly be reminded of our gift of freedom and of those who gave all, to ensure that generation after generation knows what freedom looks like.
Laying the wreath for AMVETS Post 34 is Commander John Shunko and Post Commander Pete Zinchek. Laying the wreath for VFW Post 133 is Commander Thomas Cohill. Laying the wreath for the VFW Post 133 Auxiliary is Elizabeth Toth. Laying the wreath for the Vietnam Veterans of America are members Erwin Steinle and Paul Deutsch. Laying the wreath for the Jewish War Veterans Post 311 is Commander Ira Roth. Laying the wreath for the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary is Immediate Past Flotilla Commander Bruce Ohlendorf. Laying the wreath for the Township of East Brunswick will be former Mayor Ira Ostrowski and former Mayor William Neary. Laying the Freedom Wreath will be East Brunswick Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Victor Valesky.
What a beautiful day it is outside to celebrate such a wonderful thing that has such importance to what America truly represents. America is the melting pot of the world. It is made up of immigrants from around the world, and that's what America is. And we come together as one people, as Americans. And it's really wonderful to celebrate this morning those immigrants who have made a commitment to assimilate into the American culture, to learn the language, and to become citizens of the United States of America. What a wonderful thing that is, what a great achievement. And for those of you that have become citizens as one American to another, I congratulate you and welcome you as a citizen of this country.
Well, today's event was a celebration of all of our participants who participate in this state-funded program through the Department of Labor, which consists of ESL classes and citizenship classes here at the library and at East Brunswick Public High School. Adrian is the teacher here for the library portion of the program. So today was a celebration of those participants, those who have gone through the year in our ESL classes, and those participants who have become citizens of the United States of America.
Well, ESL, we take people from very beginning learners up through advanced, and we improve their skills. They use their improved skills to help their children in school, to get a job, and to have a better life here. And the citizenship program is to help students who are lawful permanent residents, that is, they have a green card, become American citizens. The test is very difficult now. It's reading, writing, speaking English, and just filling out the form, which is 21 pages, is very difficult. So we go through the application page by page and explain the words, explain some of the terminology so that they can better understand and complete their applications, which is the first step in their journey to citizenship.
And another great thing about our program is that even after they take the citizenship test and become citizens, they can continue to come to the ESL program to further educate themselves and become more fluent in the English language. We had 11 people took their citizenship test and became citizens of America through this course. We had quite a few ESL participants and quite a few that we celebrated today, probably
about 60, 65 total.
About 60 or 65. And then this evening at the East Brunswick High School, we will do this same celebration with our night school participants, which will be over 60, maybe probably 115, 120.
Now I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 sons in East Brunswick Public School. I feel like it's hard for me to help my kids with their schoolwork, but now I feel very happy and lucky that I can attend this ESL class. I'm not only learn English, but also meet a lot of friends from all over the world.
5 years ago, when I came to America, I did not know a single word of English. I was even afraid to go shopping alone. When people addressed me in English, I felt like a fool. I could not even say the words, "excuse me." My jaw just dropped. I thought that I could not even learn a few words. They taught me basic English and how to love this language. But most of all, I enjoy my ESL and citizenship classes with Adrian. At first, I did not understand this lesson. Now, I'm learning to write my dictation sentences, even though they are sometimes with errors. I'm also learning to understand what other people say. All this makes me thankful for my wonderful teacher, Adrian. Thank you to East Brunswick Public School for our classes and to library for this nice room. Thank you very much.
Some have started as very beginning students with their children filling out their applications for our class. And in fact, one of them is one of our instructional assistants today. So that shows the kind of progress that they make and why we're so proud of them.
Each of you here today have a different story. It might not be as tragic as what happened to him, but each of you have your own story about what brought you to this country. And it's interesting and it's fascinating, and it makes us a better country for it, because each of you have different cultures and different backgrounds that make us a richer country because of it. We are, like was said before, a nation of immigrants. It's what makes us American, and it's what makes us the strongest country on earth. And I thank every one of you for coming here and becoming Americans and for learning the language, and you are why we are so great. So thank you.
The program that we provide through the East Brunswick Public School System is a great reflection on East Brunswick Township, because it demonstrates the versatility of East Brunswick as a community and how we welcome immigrants from other countries, and how we truly are a representation of America with regard to being a melting pot. These people are assimilating into the East Brunswick community. They are contributing to the East Brunswick community. And so there's pride all around. There's pride on our end for our teachers. There's pride on the participants' end for becoming citizens and becoming part of a community such as East Brunswick. And by the way, many of them told me today they are so happy that they moved to East Brunswick, that we've been so welcoming in this community, and they are just ecstatic that they've moved here and they could begin their American lives in this community.
Oh, I started here 20 years ago. So I've been here a long time. I've seen some of my students' children grow up. I've seen them graduate with my children because I also live here. And it just amazes me how smart they are and how dedicated they are, and just what wonderful people we have, living in our area. So I'm just so proud of them. I feel like they're my family.
You can visit the East Brunswick Public School website and go to the community programs page to be able to find out further information about our ESL programs and our citizenship courses, when registration dates and times are happening for the upcoming semesters. And so we encourage everybody to visit that website and to be part of this great expanding community.
The East Brunswick High School girls lacrosse team recently held Senior Day before a home game. The senior student athletes and managers were recognized with an on-field ceremony before the game. Let's check out some of the highlights and meet the seniors.
Hi, I'm Mayor Brad Cohen, and I'm here today because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a program that we're starting here in East Brunswick, which was important during the last election cycle. We're starting on June 1st a Shop East Brunswick program. The cards that will be distributed look just like the ones I'm holding up right now. And what that program allows individuals in the town to do is to get rewards for shopping in small businesses that are located right here in East Brunswick and have chosen to participate in the program. The way it works is that any individual business that chooses to operate will provide a discount for being in the program. Those discounts won't be provided to you at the time of service, but will actually accumulate in an account that will be held for the entire year. When you sign up for the program, you'll list your lot and block number if you own a home in the township, and at the end of the year, your total accumulated savings will be directly sent over to the tax department and deducted directly from your property tax bill, so that any savings you accumulate can be used to reduce your residential property taxes. If you rent in town, or if you live out of East Brunswick, you can still use the East Brunswick or the Shop East Brunswick program, but instead of receiving a property tax refund, you'll actually get a rebate check sent to you once a year for the total of your savings. And as we sit here right now, about 31 businesses in the township that have already signed up for the program. And they will be easily identified by either going on to the website, where they'll all be listed, along with their links to their web pages or their Facebook pages, or in the instance of a restaurant, possibly even their menus. There will be decals that each of these vendors will also have in the establishment indicating that they are part of this program. My hope, of course, is that more businesses will come along and want to be part of the program as residents become familiar with it and use the program. If you know of a business that you would like to see in the East Brunswick program, please provide that information to me or our Economic Development Officer, John Sterneski, located right in the East Brunswick Municipal Complex in the Mayor's office. If you're looking for cards, they could be located either in the Mayor's office, they will be located in the Senior Center, in the library, and in the Parks and Recreation Department. Once the program is up and running, you can go on the website, you could see any one of the participating providers, and for a short period of time, each of those providers or each of those merchants will have stacks of cards for you to use and sign up for the program by going to their establishment as well. So I feel that this is a great program and a great opportunity for us to meet the needs of residents by directly addressing their number one issue, which is high residential property taxes, and providing an incentive to businesses to continue to operate here in East Brunswick by really forwarding more and more business their way. And because most of these businesses are located on the Route 18 corridor, which sees about 100,000 cars a day, if we could capture even residents that don't live in East Brunswick by their shopping in our establishments, we meet the goal of providing more business to our merchants. And I think that for me and for most of us who live here, the program is a win-win program, and I really hope that you take advantage of these savings. So thank you, and we hope that you continue to participate and look forward to even more programs to help the residents here in East Brunswick and promote our great community.
Hello everyone, it's Al Nygren, Executive Director and Curator of the New Jersey International Film Festival, back with another filmmaker interview to share with you, because our 2017 New Jersey International Film Festival will be starting soon, and we'll be running films from June 3rd to June 11th on Saturday and Sunday evenings. We have something new that's going to be taking place this year. We're going to have 5 o'clock screenings as well as 7 o'clock screenings. And there'll be free food courtesy of Jimmy John's of New Brunswick at all of those movies showings. And here today we have a special guest, Eileen Dube. She's the director of Generations of Artists, Roosevelt, New Jersey. and she's going to be talking about her film with us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
So Eileen, tell us how you got involved in making this film.
Well, I can't recall when I first started reading about the community of Roosevelt, New Jersey, but I was fascinated because it was this sort of utopian farming community. It was started in the 1930s. It was originally called Jersey Homesteads, and there were a number of communities in New Jersey started as farming communities for Jewish garment workers, factory workers, to get these people out of the tenements and into the country. And so Jersey Homesteads, which became Roosevelt, was one of them. They designed cinder block houses that were designed by the architect Louis Kahn. It was very early in his career, before he was very well known. He worked with Alfred Kastner, and it was based on the Garden City principle. It was cluster housing to be a community. And in the beginning, they didn't sell the houses. They were you had to pay a fee to buy in, but then you paid, it was a very reasonable rent at the time. And they also built a factory building, and it was actually a failure because these were not farmers, and so they didn't farm very well. But when they were first developing the community, they brought in the artist Ben Shahn, who was, a very well-known artist at the time. He did covers for Fortune and Time magazine, and he worked on the Rockefeller Center mural with Diego Rivera.
Right.
And he was brought in to create a mural that depicted, it's in 3 panels, and it depicts the exodus from New York and the tenements out into the country. Albert Einstein was, a proponent of this project, so he's pictured there. And the mural is still, it's in the Roosevelt Public School today.
So this development was part of the WPA?
Yes, it was.
So it was during the Depression?
It was during the Depression, and that's why it was, the name was ultimately changed to Roosevelt. And so Ben Shahn came and he saw the town and the houses and thought, oh, this is a nice place. I think, I'll move here. With his wife was Bernarda Bryson Shahn, also a very good artist, and they raised their family there. And then other artists came to visit them, and they like Jacob Landau and Gregorio Prestipino. And there were, writers, and so they saw, wow, this is a really nice community, and they all came to live there, and it sort of developed as this artists' community. And none of that is in my film. That's the background.
Yeah, no, but I think you do focus on the artists that are working there today.
Exactly, because that was, that started in the 30s and 40s, and here we are, 2017, and the children and grandchildren of the town's founders are, still there and still making art.
Yeah. So what can an audience expect to see from your film? I mean, you interview some of these artists, correct?
So, yes, and I have Margaret O'Reilly, the director of the New Jersey State Museum, talks about the history, and then I go into the studios with some of the artists and see them working and talking about their work. And also, in addition to the visual arts, there are a lot of musicians in the town, and I spent a couple of years going to, so this is the 30th anniversary of the Roosevelt Arts Project, which was started in 1987. Bernarda Bryson Shahn was a founder of it. And they have arts events throughout the year at Roosevelt Borough Hall. You know, it could be a ukulele concert. There's the Roosevelt String Band. So I spent, a couple of years going to all of these events and documenting them.
Yeah. Where is Roosevelt?
Well, I live in Princeton Junction.
Right.
So if you take Route 571 and keep going south, it's there, and it's beautiful. It's still fairly rural. There's a community-supported agriculture farm there today. A lot of the Lewis Kahn houses have been preserved. Oh, it is on the town itself is on the New Jersey the U.S. Historic Registry, right. And some of the houses have been altered because they don't necessarily work for contemporary times, but a lot of them have been done so with keeping the integrity of the original Lewis Kahn design.
Yeah. So that's really wonderful, and we're so looking forward to having you be at the screening, because we'll be showing your film on June 11th as part of 3 films that all kind of have a subtle Jewish content to them. The first film is called Passaic by Douglas Underall, and that'll open the film. Douglas will be there, as well as Michael Klausner, who's the writer. And then Eileen will be there to present her film, and then Beth Cravant will be there to present Levinsky Park as well. So we have 3 wonderful films. The first one's a kind of pseudo-documentary. It's more of a docudrama, and the other 2 are documentaries. So folks, you get 3 wonderful films for one low price. That's $12 general admission, $10 for students and seniors, and that's on Sunday, June 11th, starting at 7 p.m., and we will have free food courtesy of Jimmy John's. So please come and join us. If you need more information, you can go to our website, which is www.njfilmfest.com, or you can call us at 848-932-8482. Thanks so much for joining us, Eileen.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for all of the years that you've been producing this wonderful festival.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, the other night when I come in so drunk I could not see, got tangled up in the old doormat, fell flat as I could be. Well, I had me a little old jug of wine and I didn't have any more.